In the presence of the three persons. Prabhu, the Lord, Hasiya, is smiling, Kahila, said, Gundicha Mandir Marjana, of watching the temple known as Gundicha, Seva, service, Maginila, obtained by begging. Translation: when these three people came before the Lord, he begged them for permission to wash the temple known as Gundicha. Purport: the Gundicha temple is situated 2 miles northeast of the Jagannath temple. At the time of the Rath Yatra festival, Lord Jagannath goes to the Gundicha temple from his original temple and stays there for 1 week. After 1 week, he returns to his original temple. It is understood by hearsay that the wife of Indudumna, the king who established the Jagannath temple, was known as Gundicha. There is also mention of the name of the Gundicha temple in authoritative scripture. The area of the Gundicha temple is estimated to be 288 cubits by 215 cubits. A cubit is about a foot and a half. The main temple inside is about 36 cubits by 30 cubits, and the Kirtan hall is 32 cubits by 30 cubits. Can I repeat the translations? When these three people came before the Lord, he begged them for permission to wash the temple known as Gundicha. ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे। Hare Krishna. So I'm just going to call all the other devotees, then we'll start the class. I'll call.
They are not there, I called.
Mohammed Prabhu went.
No, Ahmed Prabhu went last year. Others are not there, I called. सांगत नाही तर जातो थोडीशी फोन पण उचलत नाही कधीच. जेव्हा पाहायचं तेव्हाच येतात मी फक्त फोन करते.
Of the stage between and all the devotees before you begin discussing on this little pastime of Gundicha Marjanam. Our temple's name is also New Gundicha. Correct? Very good. Yeah, so I thought that would be a relevant verse because we are, of course, it has been happening all the time, but we are still trying to have some attempt to get all the BYS devotees and other devotees who can participate in this wonderful activity of cleansing the temple.
Yeah.
So, so here we see, so let me just give a little brief. So we know that Gundicha temple signifies Vrindavan and Sri temple, that is actually Dwarka. So when the Lord, he goes, Krishna Balaram, they were in Kurukshetra. So from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. So actually, all the gopis, they also came to meet there. Brajvasis and gopis, they went to Kurukshetra. And when they met the Lord, that time they were feeling, because they felt so much separation from the Lord so long. So they were actually wanting to invite the Lord to Vrindavan. So they were begging and pleading the Lord like that. So this whole Rath Yatra pastime of Lord coming from Sri Mandir to Gundicha is actually what signifies how gopis are actually inviting the Lord from Lord from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. That is the mood actually. So actually this whole episode is so relevant even to Sadhika's life also. There's so many deep points which we can learn. So because our heart also is like a temple because God is there in the heart. And so we also are trying to cleanse the temple of our heart so that we can also invite the Lord to reside there. That way. So that's why the whole process of Krishna consciousness is nothing but purifying the heart and making the Lord happy in our heart. So Lord is there, but when we clean our heart, then Lord is happy to reside in the heart like that. Tomorrow Hriday, Garin Govinda Vishram, it's right. So Govinda can go Vishram. But it's a nice place for Lord Govinda. When there is a clean heart and heart filled with devotion and love for the Lord. So this pastime begins with Hare Krishna. So we are discussing this Gundicha temple partner. So, so we are starting from the verse 72. प्रथमे काशी मिश्रे प्रभु बोलाइला फटिच पात्र सार्वभौमे बोलाइला. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first of all called for Kashi Mishra, then for the superintendent of the temple, then for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. तीन जन पाशे प्रभु हासिया कहिला गुंडीचा मंदिर मागना सेवा मागिनीला. When these three people came before the Lord, he begged them for permission to wash the temple known as Gundicha. So this is the first filter. So here we see that how the Lord is begging the permission to wash the temple known as Gundicha. So here there are authorities. The superintendent is there, and Sarva Bhattacharya also is in a very prominent position. What is actually his position in Jagannath Puri? Sarva Bhattacharya, what he was? He was a very prominent personality. He was head priest.
No, you are for for the king's court head.
Anyway, but he was also one of the very prominent personality, and there is superintendent, no? That is he's there, and Kashi Mishra also it seems like he's holding something. It's not mentioned.
Kashi was the prominent. He was the one who
What he had some post?
yeah. So take care of
Okay, so anyways, so the thing is that the law.
law and this king has appointed him to take care of all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the devotees who come. Kashi Mishra.
Okay, okay. So we see here the Lord is actually begging the permission to wash the temple known as Gundicha. So now here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why he wants to clean the temple? Because he has love for the Lord. So because of his love, that oh Lord, because as we know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually in the mood of Srimati Radharani. He's inviting the Lord to Vrindavan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of love, he wants to clean because for 1 year Jagannath Ji is in Sri Mandir. Now only for 1 week he's going to be here. So after 1 year he's coming. So it is very natural, spontaneous love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he wants to see that temple is cleansed. Because Lord is going to come. Just like in voices sometimes the Maha cleaning happens and Radhesham would come. Thorough Maha cleaning. Everything would be spotless, is completely clean. Everything, which was not cleansed for 1 year, it will be cleansed that time. So Radhesham would say, it is good to visit sometimes, your voices because that time at least it gets clean. Prabhuji also knows that. So I think I should keep visiting the voices. At least I can do this service of that, they're cleansed when I come. So that is natural also that devotees want to please.
I told him that you're really getting into cleaning and you're doing it regularly now and encouraging everyone else to do it too. That's a major development. Boston is going to get no good picture, clean herb. And someday even cleans. But we're doing really good.
Yeah, so it's always the emphasis of all the Vaishnavas here. Prabhu himself does so much. So what I'm saying that so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has so much of love. That's why he wanted to clean the temple, sort of love. But you can see, even though he's Lord himself, and he could directly go and start, he may just get devotees and start doing it. But here we can see he's following some kind of protocol. He's going and begging the permission from the authorities. And we will see later also that how it's not that those Sarva Bhattacharya, Kashi Mishra, and that superintendent, they're telling, okay, yeah, good, you're asking permission, so we'll give permission. Not like that. What he says, next verse, upon hearing the Lord's request for permission to wash the Gundicha temple, the Padicha, the superintendent of the temple said, my dear sir, we are all your servants. Whatever you desire is our duty to perform. So they're in the mode of servant. They're saying, Lord, no, we are servants only. So I will just keep that they feel very embarrassed. But the point is that still the principle is very important that that we always follow the etiquette. That we seek permission from the superiors, from the authorities. Even there are some good benches also. We do take their blessings and permission. The principle is there. It's a Vaishnava etiquette actually. And this actually increases the bond of affection. So sometimes you may have affection out of love you're doing, and you may say, why need to follow the protocol? It's fine. Anyway, I can just do it, and it's fine. But what happens is when you actually go and seek permission, even though the person has no issue, he may want only just go ahead. But still, it increases some kind of the relationship becomes more strong also. Because when you follow the etiquette, it's good. And sometimes it may happen that when we just don't follow the protocol, it may create some kind of um, disheartening. Sometimes there is a possibility like that. Sometimes may happen. So it is always good that we always respect those who are taking responsible services and their authorities. So it's always good to always seek their permission before we start running any service. So that way we also get their sincere blessings to go ahead. And sometimes they may also have some nice inputs with them also, because they are working. I mean, they are having some experience and they may know many things which we may not know. So they may also give some good inputs also sometimes. So it is very nice to seek blessings. It's a very good culture.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
The person who will be in the altar and will be feeling proud that I'm better than other these devotees who are just engaged in sweeping and mopping. Maybe he will get less mercy. The person who is engaged sincerely doing that service will be getting less. So on the spiritual platform, all services are same on the absolute platform. By rendering any service sincerely with devotion, we can attract the grace of the Lord. So this is true for any service because all services are on absolute platform. So that's why one should not discriminate that this is low service, this is big service, this is low service, this is medium service, nothing. All services are nice services because all services are Krishna's service. So every service rendered to please Krishna is wonderful like that. And Krishna is completely pleased by that sincere attempt to do any service for him. So we shouldn't think that way, material calculation that this is not good, this is good. No, it's not like that. So, but still, why he's saying that this service is not befitting you? Because in the eyes of the world, sometimes these services like grooming, mopping, this thing may be considered as menial. Can you just little this side? I can't see one. So this because this grooming, mopping, these services, may be considered as menial. Like sometimes we find some laborers, some they may do. So in the eyes of the world, it may be seen like that. That menial service. It is considered menial that way. So that's why from the eyes of the world, it may be seen as menial. So Superintendent is saying that it may not be befitting you. This service may not be befitting you. That's how he may be saying that. So one lesson we can learn is that see there are surely certain menial services which are very good for us, which everybody I mean a Vaishnava will never think that it's a menial service, so it's not befitting me. No Vaishnava will think like that. So Vaishnava will always take pleasure in doing any service, be it menial service or some in the eyes of the world some big service. So Vaishnava is happy to render any service, but when we have our superiors, like very senior devotees, maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, maybe very senior Prabhupada disciples. So, or any, for the matter, any senior Vaishnava. So we should not expect them, no, that they should come and render menial service. It's good for them. So we should be very happy to do menial service to our superiors. You getting that? Like say Paramji Rana Sai Maharaj comes, or Paramji Jagadaka Sai Maharaj comes, or any for matter any Maharaj or senior Sabha senior Vaishnavas come. So we don't expect that, no? They should go and do some menial services. They will not expect. In fact, even if they do little, they may start doing something. They say, no, we'll do it. You please don't do that. Right? And they may be giving lecture, or they may be counseling, they may be, giving. So then we are happy with that. Okay, this is okay, you can do it. But menial service, we may not want them to do. Correct? No? So for when it comes to our superiors, we should be actually willing to just serve them. We should not be expecting that they should also do. You understand what I'm saying? Our attitude should not be like that. In fact, we should try to assist them. Like some senior devotee may take the broom and mop and clean. So sometimes we find some younger devotees may go, why do I do? Oh, no, you please do that. So it's a very good attitude actually. The attitude is good. We should not think that okay, now he is also a resident of the temple. That him is good only. Better we remain somewhat active. It's good. We should not feel that way. We should feel that why Prabhu has to do better I should do it. That way, that should be our feeling. But still, see what he's saying, nonetheless, if you wish to do so, but Lord, if he himself he want you to do so, okay, then it is fine. So sometimes you have to say, no, it's fine, I want to do this. So we should allow them also. We should not say, no, you're banned from this service, not like that. So he may want to do because that is what he wants to express his affection for the Lord. He is also identifying himself as a menial servant of Guru and Krishna. So he may also want to render. He may also take a broom, he may want to clean. So we should, with that mood, because you want to do Prabhu, so fine, you may do it. So not like, okay, now you do it, I will take rest now. Not that way also. Okay, you do grooming, Prabhu, I will do mopping behind you or something like that. So there should be this attitude. At the same time, we should be eager to serve that devotee when he is doing that menial service also. We should be happy to assist that way. This is another say, if you wish to do so, okay, it's fine. You may do it. So that way, you correct on that way. So like sometimes in altar also, some very great devotees may go from the Gopal Krishna Maharaj and all that. So sometimes they may want to do the mopping. You cannot stop them. So in general, we should be eager to take the mopping part. That is why Maharaj. But if he wants to do it, okay, fine. And it is accepted as one of your pastime. And we should, it is Lord's pastime that he is doing that. He doesn't need to do that. The same way sometimes senior devotees will do to set the right example, set the right standard. So we should, that with that mood we can take it. So that way we can accept that. So he's saying this to be accepted as one of the pastors. The three things that it may not be befitting you, but because you want to do it, so it is fine. And then I assist you, and then it is, and we should drive that understand. We should have that understanding that they are doing it, for actually setting the right standard, setting the example. So we can derive inspiration. We can also be encouraged to do the service that way. Then it says, to wash the temple, you need many water pots and brooms. Therefore, order me. I can immediately bring all these things to you. As soon as the superintendent understood the desire of the Lord, he immediately delivered 100 new water pots and 100 brooms for sweeping the temple. So, whenever there is any service, so there will be many resources required also. Like here for cleaning the temple, they needed water pots, broomsticks, or whatever, what is called that, dust collector, so many things. So different instruments will be required, different resources will be required. So somebody is organizing the service, so then he should also ensure that there are sufficient resources available. So here he is, superintendent is so proactively, he is bringing so many hundreds of rooms and water pots, and depending upon how much is the need, accordingly we should have resources also. We should arrange that. Of course, we have a lot of resources. We have so many instruments. So that devotees having no anxiety to do the seva. He can just have all whatever resources required, he can do and complete his service nicely. He can do that. So otherwise, if as organizer we don't do that responsibility properly, then they will not be encouraged sometimes. Because let's say so the garland has to be made, then okay, to make the garland for the Lord, where are the flowers? Where is the thread? And so there are some basic facilities are required. So that thing should be provided. If that is provided, then they can make it. Scissor, thread, needle, garlands, and clothes and tables and everything is kept. So then things can be done. So now you figure out where the flower, you figure out where the needle, you figure out where the scissor. So no. So when we are trying to offer any service, platform of service to devotees, we are organizing something. So it's also responsibility of the person who is organizing that he provides sufficient resources to the devotees so that they can render this service nicely. And then he says, the next day early in the morning, the Lord took his personal associates with him and with his own hand he smeared sandalwood pearl on their bodies. So you can see how Lord is personally honoring all these devotees. They are going to render these wonderful services like that. So, because devotees are not some laborers, devotees are not some man force, but it's a human resource. In company they say, human resource. So we should not think devotees that way. Rather, we are actually delighting, oh, these are the devotees who are rendering service to Guru and Krishna. It's so auspicious. It is so wonderful. So that should be the vision. These Vaishnavas, they are not ordinary people. Like Radheshyam Prabhu was saying, he was watering, when we sit, when we water tulsi, so devotees, put their hand and then we put achman in their hand so that they can water the tulsi. So he was saying that when he was doing it, this kind of thought came in his mind. These hands of the devotees are very holy hands. Because with these hands they are serving the Lord. They're brooming, they're mopping, they're making atta, they're cutting the vegetables, they're worshipping the deities, they're purchasing the grocery. There's so many wonderful services they're rendering with these hands. These hands are very, very holy hands. Correct? They're not ordinary hands. They worship people, they're holy. So that way the vision was. He got that kind of feeling. So same with the devotees, because they're engaging in such an auspicious activity of engaging in the service of the Lord. So somebody who may be manager or who may be coordinator or organizer, so you should see them as with that honor. They're the devotees who are actually going to engage in, or they have come to engage in service of the Lord. So that's why that's how the person who is organizing or managing, he should honor them that way, honor them and appreciate them and be grateful and assist them so that they can do the service very nicely that way. So Lord, from his own hand, he smeared sandal on their bodies. He honored them. Then he says, Shri Haste Dila Sabare Ekamarjani Savagana Laya Prabhu Chalila. He then gave each devotee a broom with his own hand, and taking all of them personally with him, the Lord went to Gundicha. So here the Lord is giving broom, personally he is giving each and every devotee, and then he is taking them all to Gundicha. It's all the devotees. So here Paramita Radhanath Maharaj, he was mentioning the point that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord, and he is giving the broom. The broom is like the service attitude. He was comparing, giving broom. So, and the water he compares with the holy name. He was comparing. So so the Supreme Lord Krishna is empowering the devotees with service attitude so that they can, with that service attitude, one can chant the holy name of the Lord, and then the heart will be cleansed. That's what he was mentioning. So the water signifies the holy name, but it will cleanse the heart. It will cleanse the temple. So the holy name will cleanse the temple of our heart. That and here all the devotees were no ordinary personalities like Advaita Acharya, Sarvam Bhattacharya, Sarup Damodar. So they're all big devotees. Like Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu himself. So Maharaj is saying that who is Mahavishnu? From his pores, so many universes are coming. He's not no ordinary person. And they are happy to take the broom, and now they're going to clean the temple, like that. Same as Sarva Bhattacharya is there, and Sarvadamodar Goswami. There are eternal associates of the Lord. So they are, the Lord is giving a broomstick to all of them. And they are very happily taking the broomstick, ready to clean the temple. That way. So, that shows that how they're all equally eager, to render this service. So that service attitude is there. So all the expansions of Krishna also have that attitude to serve Krishna. Even Mahavishnu also identifies himself as servant of Krishna. So that's how they are very eager to take the broomstick and clean the temple. So Lord is empowering them, with this service attitude by giving the broom that way. So Gundicha Mandire Gela Karite Marjana Prathame Marjani Gaya Karika Shodhana. In this way, the Lord and his associates went to cleanse the temple. At first, they cleansed the temple with the brooms. The Lord cleansed everything inside the temple very nicely, including the ceiling. He then took up the sitting place, Simhasana, cleansed it, and again put it in its original place. So they started cleaning, and the Lord is. So that is the sequence also they do. Later also they mention how they are cleaning it. And Lord personally was cleaning the Simhasana, the sitting place of the Lord. Thus the Lord and his companions cleansed and swept all the temple's buildings, big and small, and finally cleansed the area between the temple and the Kirtan hall. Indeed, hundreds of devotees were engaged in cleansing all around the temple, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally carrying out the operation just to instruct others. So we find that Chaitanya Charitamrita, overall it has so much of spiritually intellectual discussion, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving sermon to Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and so much of ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibits in so many pastimes. Fine. So this episode of Gundicha temple, we find that how Lord is into practical activity, of cleaning the temple. So we find that Lord actually delights in doing this, coming with devotees and doing it. So it's like a powerful team playing also. So Raghava was saying that actually this whole pastime, it is so powerful. Even you can take so much of lessons, so many of leadership lessons, managerial lessons from this pastime. And if we present it to corporate people, they won't mind hearing from Chetan Chetan all the wonderful lessons you're saying that. So practical lessons are there in this. Because amazing demonstration of teamwork. So, like Krishna also could have just Kurukshetra war, it was not required in oneself. Krishna could have just taken Sudarshan Chakra and killed all Kauravas, and Kurukshetra war would have been over. Mahabharata would have not been there at all. No, but Krishna also delighted. Krishna also delights. So together with Arjuna and Pandavas, he's into the practical activity of fighting here. Krishna is personally, taking delight in doing that. So much of activity with his all devotees. Right? The same way here also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with all the devotees is engaged in practical activity of cleaning Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delights this way. And there's so much of wonderful lessons of cooperation, enthusiasm, absorption, and quality and quantity and quality of service. Very nicely, one can learn so many lessons from there. It will come. Yes. So he says further, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was and cleansed the temple in great jubilation, chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna all the time. Similarly, all the devotees were also chanting and at the same time performing their respective duties. So here, this verse actually signifies enthusiasm. How they are so enthusiastic. Because you can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is cleansing it with great enthusiasm, with great jubilation, it is mentioned. So this verse shows that how enthusiasm is, is the, you can say, the primary qualification for any seva which we have read. Utsaha. Prabhupada says this. Prabhupada says in NOI also that I started this movement single-handedly, but there was utsaha because of enthusiasm. And then he said also you need utsaha for anything in this world also to begin any task. You need utsaha. So in Krishna consciousness also, in any service, you have to enter there is utsaha, enthusiasm. Then you can get into it, enthusiasm. So like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing it with great enthusiasm. And not only that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, taking up the task. So he is showing by his own example. So though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a leader among all the devotees there, but he is personally taking up, room and personally cleansing. He's doing that. He's getting into the activity. That. So he says that if you are leaders, so this is Gauranga Prabhu says, if you are leaders, then we have to be leading from the front. We have to set an example personally. We cannot organize any service unless we are willing to do that service ourselves. This will give inspiration to others. So whatever service we may expect, that everybody should be delighting and doing it. So a leader himself will also be very happy to do that. Like in GV, they had to do a lot of work, laborious work of putting stones, because it's all like a kind of forest only. Things are all haphazard here and there, like that. But they have to bring out a beautiful Vrindavan after that. It was very tedious work. You have to put the stones, one stone. Like you see Gordon, it's all like all the stones are brought. A lot of labor was done there. Gauranga would personally, stand there and get it done like that. So sometimes they had to, remove some stones or put some stones like that. So there was some pending work which was not happening. It was to be done. So they were not able to do it anyway much. So then once Gauranga himself came, and he started lifting, one break time he started putting whatever stone or bricks this part started putting, and from nowhere so many devotees came, everybody came, everybody came, and then they started also putting the things, and immediately when things were done, it was done like that. So you can see that when the leader himself is willing to take up the task, practically, he also gets into hands and knees and starts doing the things. So it's such a very good example actually, very nice. Like in Chapati also, I don't remember which Maharaj, but when Maharaj he visits Chapati temple, and then he wanted to meet the temple president. So then he was going and then he saw that one devotee was cleaning the temple. I'm sorry, toilet in the toilet bathroom, and then he asked him, I wanted to meet the temple president of this temple. So he said, yeah, I will, I'll make sure you meet. I'll just come. He said, I'll just come. And after some time he comes there, and then he meets Maharaj, and he offers obeisance. He says, Maharaj, your servant, Shamanan Das, Shamanan Prabhu. Then he said, no, so I'm doing the service of clean temple. And he said, oh, really? You are the temple president? I saw you clean temple, the toilet. He said, yeah, I had this service, I was doing it. And then, Maharaj said, what's going on here? And then he went to the Raghava Sai Maharaj. He says, what is going on in your temple? The temple president is cleaning the toilet. Then Maharaj said, Maharaj is, yeah, I mean, they are doing some service. So he was very, pleasantly surprised. So wherever you would go, he would tell you. Then when I went to Chapati, then I saw that temple president is also cleaning the toilets. Of course, in US, I think all the temple presidents are like that. So and we have seen that proper disciples, temple presidents, they are into the hands and knees. And that's what I heard in India also. They would say that in US you will find different. The temple presidents are not, they have to do everything. We see even my also from and the GPC levels, I don't know what services at high level you may be doing. But from down also, setting the mic, putting the tie, from anything, from anything and everything. So this is what we find out. Because very hardly that devotees, they do everything like that. Muktan also gets into anything. So it is very amazing. It really actually touches the heart of devotees. Because devotees see that this person is only for Seva. He is straight to do any service. Like that. So that's what the leaders, they have. So they lead from front. So it's such a very good example in culture, and it gives inspiration to so many. So this is wonderful. So here, So I was saying the enthusiasm. That was so one should perform his service with great enthusiasm. Right. And this is applicable for any service. Whether it is chanting the holy name of the Lord, or it is cooking, it's cleaning, everything requires enthusiasm. If you have enthusiasm, then we can do it nicely. And that's required. Otherwise, we cannot do. We cannot go on. We'll do something after that, here and there, we'll just go. That will happen. So, yeah, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting the holy name of Krishna also all the time. So, he was very Krishna conscious. And all the devotees were also chanting, and at the same time, they were performing their respective duties. Working. Then says the entire beautiful body of the Lord was covered with dust and dirt. In this way, it became transcendently beautiful. At times, when cleansing the temple, the Lord shed tears, and in some places, he even cleansed with those tears. So, it's amazing, no? So, the Lord is actually completely absorbed, and he's fully, feeling the spontaneous love and devotion for the Lord. So, our Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj was making us a point. I heard it from Antadev, that he was making a point. It was very striking to him, Antadev also. So, he was saying that, so he was making a point that it's our responsibility to do service, but it's also a responsibility to be absorbed in the service. That is also a service. To be absorbed in the service is also a service. He is making this point. So sometimes we will do service, but we may not worry about absorption. Absorption in the sense, absorption in terms of doing it meticulously for the pleasure of the Lord, being absorbed in the service, getting into the fine-tuned details of that service and putting our full heart there. So that is also a responsibility. That is also a service one should do. So one should not forget to do the service of being absorbed in the service also. So here we can see that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so absorbed. So much so that when he is cleaning, sometimes his tears are coming, in ecstasy, out of love. And with those tears also he is, cleaning that way. So it's absorption. So devotee should enter his service with complete absorption and devotion. That is what we can learn from here. So text 87 says, after this, the place where the deity's food was kept, Bhoga Mandira, was cleansed. Then the yard was cleansed, and then all residential quarters one after another. So there is a proper sequence in which it is cleansed. So there is a systematic way things are cleansed. So it is said that while rendering devotional service, one should be very organized and set up systems for others to follow. So I was feeling so helpless and poor in understanding how to clean. So I asked Muktan how it should be done. Because we don't know sometimes. We may not be having that understanding sometimes. We may not be so intelligent. But there are some very intelligent devotees, they know exactly how to do it. Like if first, like the ceiling is cleansed. Like that day we clean that staircase and then we clean that handles of the staircase. So ideally speaking, first handle should be cleansed because so that dust which is there, whatever it falls on this, that flat staircase. So that so that dust can be broomed, after that. You're getting that? So that way there is some sequence. If you follow the sequence, then the service can happen very nicely. So that's why it is good to know from the devotees who know nicely. So when I was asking Muktan Guru, he says, I have done this training for so many years. You can ask me, I will tell you. So I was happy, okay, somebody is there to tell everything in detail what to be done. So that's very nice. So it's better to know. And it's also the responsibility of the organizer, the manager, that he can also tell the sequence how to do it. So when we do it systematically, then others can also, we teach them that, and others can also follow very nicely. Systematically, they can also. So while running devotional one should be very organized and set up system for others to follow. What happened? And then he says, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu collected all the straw, dust, and grains of sand in one place, he gathered it all in his cloth and threw it outside. So another thing we can see that sometimes some surveys it may look like, hey, how can I do this? It's like it's too many for me to do. I'm not able to do that. Like I remember in at least two incidents I remember. One was in my voice. That time I was having toilet cleaning, toilet bathroom cleaning. So one particular toilet, so they had put some cement, and that cement thing droppings has fallen to the ground inside. You understand, no? So I had a service to clean the toilet. So I did not clean that cement. And I just clean water. Then one so our what is that project manager, Pawan, he was saying, "How do you clean it?" I thought, "Oh, how can you do that?" you know. He said, "No, it can be cleansed." Really? Yeah, and I took it and he started cleaning. I know, "Oh, he's cleaning. I can also clean." And I also cleaned it. Then I learned, okay, I can do it. Not that cannot, it can be cleansed, not like that. Another time in Pune, we had a big toilet bathroom. Big, it's like almost 8, 10 toilets, and 10 bathrooms like this. It's like a big hall only. So, and then we would clean. So it takes almost 2 hours to clean it. That, everything. 2 hours. So I would clean whatever way. So one devotee, one brahmachari came and said, "Hey, what are you cleaning? This is the drain area, these things are there still." I said, "Oh, this also has to be cleaned or what?" They said, "Yeah, it has to be clean." No, how do we clean this? I mean, how do we clean? And then he did not say much, he just took the whole thing and he removed everything, cut, he removed. And it is all the drain area. You understand? It's like all the hairs and all of things are stuck there. Then he removed, removed, and cut, like this he showed, and then made it complete clean, and then he kept it there. And I was thinking, okay, I was amazed, oh, like this also you can do. So because he did it, so I got courage, okay, I can do it also. Then I also do that. Afterwards, I would always do. I would also take that thing and just clean everything with brush and remove the everything, all the hairs and everything, and put it somehow in that need to be cleansed. So later, I was appreciated by some people. Hey, you clean so thoroughly. Then I remember it's not my own initiative because I was told, so I also started doing it. You remember the basement area down? The things will get stuck there. So much. All this round that filters will be there. So that also has to be cleansed. And same thing with the bathroom also. This filter has to be cleansed. So what I'm saying is that when the seniors, when we see them, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, what he's doing, he's gathering all that in his clothes. His own clothes, he's gathering everything and he's trying. So when they see, when the others see that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is ready to put in his own clothes and throwing, then they may also not mind it. Like that it is. So that is another good advantage of being the team of devotees when all senior devotees, younger devotees, everybody is doing. Then we can see how the reservation the senior Vaishnavas are doing it. So why should I have reservation? Then we also learn it. We can also do it that way. Then it says, Eimata Bhakta Gana Karini Javashe Tena Dhuli Bahire Tilaya Parama Harishe. Just following the example of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees in great jubilation began to gather straws and dust with their own clothes and throw them outside the temple. You see? Now they also have seen Mahaprabhu is doing, so they also don't mind now. They also started doing the same thing. They can also use the start doing the thing. So that it's very contagious. If devotees take it up, then others also get inspired. They also volunteer like that. Like that day we were doing. So some boys and girls, we also want to do it. We did not ask them. We want to. I think, "Arey, go with them, arey." So I had to literally think, to give some things. Whether shoes stand there, do some shoes stand there, and do some library cleaning. I mean, there's books. So people themselves volunteer. They only want to come and do it. So I was amazed. That I was thinking, "Arey, everybody practically comes to temple is happy to do service, cleaning service." Right? So that's what I was understanding. And then I was thinking everybody, and then when I went to the Prasadam hall, I was anybody have time to come? Everybody came. Then everybody is coming. Not so many I want. I want maybe 1 or 2%. Everybody is ready to come. Then my whole perspective got changed. I was thinking, oh, they're not good people actually. They're very happy to render something. And they may not know much. Like one person was cleaning, I was thinking that's not remaining money. So then I was thinking, and then actually I asked that boy, have you done it, before any time? So, no, I've never done it in my home. But here he's having a group and he's wanting to do. So they get, affected by that whole atmosphere. They also want to do. They're happy to do it. So he says, There is a Lord that told the devotees, I can tell how much you have labored and how well you have cleansed the temple simply by seeing all the straw and dust you have collected outside. So see, previously the quality was focused, the absorption, the devotion part, correct? But here Lord is also focusing on the quantity. So how much the straw and the dust have been collected? That also he is telling, he is asking the devotee. So basically, Satyam Mahaprabhu is setting the goal. So when we have some service, so both things are important. Okay, the quality of the service, but there has to be some quantity also, setting the goals also. This should be done that way. Like in book distribution, no, the goals are set. In Pune temple, Radheshampur wrote a letter to all the brahmacharis and everyone. This year, we have distributed this many books, and we have promised Prabhupada Gopal Krishna Maharaj to distribute that many books. So we are lacking this many. I sincerely request all the devotees to put little more effort and get all the books distributed. So it's clearly quantity, for a goal, achieve the goal. That's the whole focus in that entire letter. But at the same time, we see also our superiors also focus on the quality. So I see this amazing phenomenon. Actually, I was very impressed by this. I've seen none of my superiors never. I felt like they pushed me. Even though there were a lot of goals to be done, but on a personal basis, they always insisted on the quality. I saw that. It always like even if you have like gone out for distributing books and say only have distributed one book only. I never got carried. Why distribute only one book? I never got from any of this. They always encourage. Very nice, you did it good. Like that. At the same time, they'd also have some kind of goal set also. Oh, we should do this many books we should do in this many months. That also will be emphasized. So on personal basis, the devotee is encouraged to render whatever he is able to render and focus on the quality. Like one should not get discouraged. One should, you have shown so many books, very nice. That is also very good service. So always remember, the goal is not just the quantity, though the quantity is also emphasized, but we should not forget to be having our sincere sincere absorption and putting our heart and doing it with right consciousness, with proper consciousness. So that is always emphasized. At the same time, when the superior also will put some kind of goal also, because that is what happens. That also brings some kind of enthusiasm, some kind of feeling of okay, let us do more. So that also increases the energy of the team. So that is also important. So both should be done. But it's a delicate thing. One shouldn't just push superficially, artificially devotees just for getting things done. Like wanting to get something big so that he can have his own name and fame. Okay, my team has done so much. So that is not the mood. The mood is that the overall we do so nice service for the pleasure of the Lord. So overall we achieve so much for Krishna. Like for Raghunath Maharaj, when he asked for blessings, so Maharaj says, I pray that what you have to can I say? So he will say something like that, that I pray that you all distribute double of last year whatever and get the last something like that. You say. Last time or something like that, But you do the double or whatever of the last year, something like that. I'm not really remember, but something this way you say. Yeah.
Samanand Prabhu had asked him, Maharaj, can we pray to Radha Gopinath that this year we do 1 lakh something Mahavir?
Correct.
Then Maharaj said, yes, we can pray like that, but let us pray that we do achieve that goal and come last.
Yes.
Because that means overall ISKCON has done.
Yes. So overall for Guru and Krishna, I want to do more. Definitely. Like that's why we may have to set goals also. And that also increases the overall efficiency of the activities also. They also become more focused, efficient that way. So he says, I can tell how much you have labored and how well you have done by seeing all this dust you have collected outside. So how much you have done it. Oh, the dust is not collected enough. Do it more. That way. So it's nice that. And he says, even though all the devotees collected dirt in one pile, the dirt collected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was much greater. And he himself is, excelling in quantity. He is doing it a lot, that way. So that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dirt pile was much greater. So one has to do sincere hard work in order to please Krishna through his service. This kind of sincere hard work also should be there. So we cannot just say, anyway, it's ultimately quality, I have best of the consciousness, so no, I can just go on. It may sometimes bring some kind of laziness also. So it is good if you have some goals, okay, this many Mahavikuls we have to distribute, we should have to distribute. Like our Vessel Kapu also says always, you set the goal, you do it, you make some big goal, and then Radha Gopinath will bless you to achieve that. Take the goal, take the commitment, he always encourage that. Because it brings some kind of enthusiasm, devotees, and some kind of willingness to do hard work. Because when they say, "Oh, goal is so big, now I have to do a lot of hard work," so that is good from that perspective. Right. So it's very healthy. So one has to do sincere hard work in order to please Krishna through one's service. That. So then, after the inside of the temple was cleansed, the Lord again allotted areas for devotees to cleanse. So inside was cleansed, then outside area also was allotted. And then it says, the Lord then ordered everyone to cleanse the inside of the temple very perfectly by taking finer dust, straws, and grains of sand and throwing them outside. So here it is, the lesson is about setting expectations clearly. So here the Lord is showing expectation, how it should be cleansed. So I remember, Sarvadakshin Prabhu is there in our temple. He is like good distribution head and he is kind of vice president also. So when I was doing this cleaning, toilet cleaning, I was doing it some particular way. And then he said, no, it should not be like this. This has to be cleansed also. This particular, tiles, there are some lines will be there. So in that lines you will find some dirty stick also. So so he was showing, and I said, no, it will not go. Because I do it, but it doesn't go. It's not all. Like that is not the way you are taking it. I will show you. Then he took the whole thing and put his feet, heavy feet. My feet are light, but he has light feet. And he just pressed it and then he cleansed it. And then he showed like this it will clean, then it will go, you see. So like that you should be doing it. It should be cleansed this also. So then so the expectation is clear. Okay, like that it should be done. So what I'm saying is sometimes when the leaders they show clear expectation, what he expects out of the seva, then the devotees are very happy to, when they know, then they can actually work very nicely. They can do that accordingly. So sometimes expectations are not clear, then they may also not know what to be done. Like you may have to tell, the dust should not be there, clean this way. And then mopping, corners also should be mopped. Many times when you clean the corners will leave. So this is in the initial phase of our voice, we got this lesson. We would clean mopping or mopping kar diya, like that. But Kurmata would always say, no, corners you should touch. And there sometimes some items are there, so we may just broom and those inner areas are left. So no, lift it, get the dust from inside also, like that. So sometimes, like we may not be able to do it every day. That is understandable when we have that much particular time and we are focusing on certain areas. But we have to know that there are dirt inside also. That also has to be cleansed. Maybe once in a week or something like that. But we have to do it also. So that should be in the mind. That way. So our Muktan was telling me that we should share. I was telling him that when we engage in cleaning, then you actually start seeing that there is dirt somewhere. Otherwise, you will understand only. So I was telling him, then he was telling you must share it. So I was feeling that same way when we are engaged in cleansing the heart of our heart, the temple of our heart, then only we realize that there is dirt there. We have to work on our lust, anger, greed, pride. Then only you can see also. So those are very sincere sadhakas. Those are very sincerely engaging in cleansing their heart in devotion service. They can see the dirt. Immediately some kind of lust arising, or some kind of offensive attitude is coming up, or any kind of casual attitude is coming up. They can detect it. Because the dirt, they can see the dirt there. So and they can become humble and they can further engage very sincerely in devotion. That way. But if we are not engaged only in cleaning our heart sincerely, then we won't even recognize also. We'll say everything is fine, bro. सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है. Everything is wonderful, like that. So that attitude is there maybe sometimes because we're not engaged only in our short-term kirtan program now. So and regularly it has to be done. Regularly we have to clean our hearts. Everyday basis. When you regularly we clean our heart, then we can also be seeing, detecting what is that is coming, that is coming, we can see, detect like that. So same way when we regularly also we clean, let's say the temple or whatever, then we also detect, oh, this that how it has come, how this has come. So I was saying, Prabhu, before I not even notice also what is lying, I was like blind to everything. Because I'm a nice ignorant, fine, okay, everything is okay. But start doing some cleaning, then you at least start recognizing, oh, there is also dirt, it also has to be done, something has to be done about it. So I was asking that big area, our staircase and bathroom, where Muktan's room is there, in between, a lot of things are stuck, a lot of piles of things are there. Then when I was cleaning, then I got, then it registered my mind, why these things are lying here? Then I was coming to ask me that before they did not come much. Why, like this coming? Then I really thought it's all, I'm only to blame. Because when I'm not engaged in doing the training, then I never understand. Because I'm not prioritizing it. Then how will I know? So then he only cleaned it everything. He cleaned it, for even telling, he cleaned everything, and then we just got some boys and then we kept the things stuff down, kept it. So what I'm saying is when we engage in cleaning, then we start understanding there's so much work to be done. Same way when we are also seriously engaging in devotional service, then we know that there's so much homework to be done. So much of fine tuning has to be done. So much of work, is pending in our heart to work on. We have to work on a lot. Like we cannot think that, oh, no, I'm okay, everything is fine. No, lot of things has to be done. That's why one becomes very eager, to actually chant more nicely, perform more devotional service, and come for Mangalati and read Prabhupada books. Then you feel the need. Oh, I have to do it more because we have to clean, then you have to put some endeavor. Yeah, then endeavor means then you'll start endeavoring in devotional service more. That. So that was something which I got some kind of understanding. So I was very happy with that. So that was thinking of that. That's how I should be engaged in Krishna consciousness also very sincerely. Then only I was able to be recognizing. I was able to recognize something coming. Otherwise, not recognize only. Sometimes superiors also tell, "Arey Prabhu, ये तुम्हारा problem है." नहीं प्रभु आपको we are not understanding. I don't have that problem. We at least we will not say that, but in our heart we are convinced. I don't have that problem. I don't have this problem. Even after sometimes superiors may give some feedback also, we may not be convinced. But if we are very sincerely engaging, even superiors may not point out, we will only be able to understand. And we may only say, Prabhu, I am actually not appropriate. I have this defect in my attitude. I have this defect in my consciousness. We ourselves will detect it. And then we will do something, so that some endeavor that we actually rectify those defects, those dirt. I think I'll stop here, please. It's already time. We don't want to extend so much. But one thing I was just thinking about, just came in my mind yesterday. Actually, two incidents happened. Last time, Chaitanya went for book distribution, and there he did not take number and all that. I think he gave book and card. And that boy came to temple. Okay? That Western boy came to temple, and he wanted to attend Mangalarati. And yesterday, I was in Northeastern, so I gave one book and one card. And actually, that girl, she actually just she herself came, it seems, to the table. I think I did not even approach her anything. She came and she took the book. And she told me, there is Ekadashi, so I just came. And she had never visited temple. And I gave a card. And then when I came for Aarti here, I just came from Bhubaneswar and I came Aarti. No. Nice, it's okay. So then she comes here to the temple. So after Aarti when I went, then she just kind of recognized me. I was the person only who distributed the book also. So we had like, some conversation. Then yeah, I was wondering that. She acknowledged that I was wondering if the same person. That was yeah, you understand that way. So I was thinking that we did not invite also. She herself came. Mostly she herself only came to the table. She took a book card and on her own only she came to. Can you imagine? And not just immediately, I just did my RT and I am there. So I was amazed. I was thinking how there are people who are just waiting to come. If you just go and give the card or book, they're willing to come on their own also. that Chaitanya Prabhu incident and this incident, then I was thinking our temple is such an advantageous position because we are in the center of all these universities. If we simply go out and give some card and books, people will come because people don't know. And people are saying that they're so busy with their studies and all. Sometimes they may not even think also. But at least, but one or two more persons also I observed. They were also in Boston only from long time, and they're quite devotional. But they have not come to temple. When I asked, have you come to temple? No, they have not come. Then I gave card like that. So one Mataji came and she took a book. She was going. I just forgot. I did not give the card. Payment happened and went. Our Aditya Prabhu brought her. And she gave Gita and gave some donation $10 and she was going. She went. Then Aditya Prabhu left somewhere. I wanted to send him, give the card. I forgot to give the card. Then he went and I thought, okay, but I should give because I was thinking card is there and at least they have the temple address. They may want to come later. Then I ran and I, go, excuse me, take the card. It's our temple address. And if you want to come and you may come. So, and then when I came here, then I thought I did the right thing because this girl, she came, this Mataji, she came. So then I thought, okay, at least I did the right thing. At least I gave to that lady also that card. She may also want to come. To go, like today we'll be going. If we just do some Harinam, some book distribution, some temple card is given. So many people will just come like that only. So they are just getting so easy access to the mercy of the Lord, just coming to temple and having prasadam, and further they may get connected more nicely. So because somewhere in India we have like big dome and temple is quite prominently seen sometimes. But here people may be passing by also, they may not know. Many people may not be aware only like that. But if we actually make some presence by distributing books and giving card and all, people may also understand that there is a temple here, and then they may want to come also. So this was another feeling I was getting, and I was thinking that the monthly youth festival can be very wonderful. If we can just target one day as monthly youth festival, and whatever endeavor we do for Harinam, for book distribution, and we just distribute, that monthly youth festival pamphlet. Everybody will know, and at least that day they will come for sure. If not, for the particular day, they may want to come that day, so it's okay. But at least monthly youth festival we are doing, they are knowing that okay, this day I have to come. So it can automatically, get a lot of people to, just visit temple and get the mercy of God like that. So anyway, I feel it's like more and more, Krishna is confirming that, these things has to be done, because it's like indications. Krishna is, I was feeling very happy about it. It's how I was really surprised. They just gave book, and card, and that person is in the temple. I was saying that immediate. Sometimes you can expect like that boy came next day, correct? Next day he came, that Western boy. And this is like I just finishing, I'm coming and the person is there here. I was amazed, So
It's not so amazing. That's how ISKCON, that's how all the devotees came.
yeah.
You never know, you go up to some young American or any kid, a boy or girl, it might be the next Yamunadasi or Brahmananda or Satsrupa or Naranjana. You never know who you're talking
Yeah.
to. But you have no idea who you're giving the book or a card to.
Yeah.
Might be the next Radhanath one.
Maybe the next Muktavanda Prabhu, next Varmali Pandit Prabhu, next.
Yeah. How did
You
we
asked
get
him.
how did we get here? Not like we're so deserving or anything, but somehow or other we got some
Yeah.
invitation and here we are.
Correct. I think Prabhu also came because of Harinam Sankirtan and books both.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yes. So I think these two activities we have to really, our Narendra was also telling the same thing too. I was very happy to hear that. He was saying these two things we have to really focus on: Harinam Sankirtan and book distribution. He himself told me. I was so ecstatic when I heard this from his mouth. Chai, I thought, chai. He himself is for it. So I was so amazed and inspired to hear that. It was very good. So we'll pause here. If you have any reflection or comments, maybe, and otherwise we can pause. Any of the answers?
So you were saying how in India the temple structure is prominently visible, so people know that this is a
Yeah, sometimes somebody is passing by. That is also one big publicity, like that. I'm saying, so how much more responsibility we have here to make the presence, our presence. And so for us, it is all the more important to go for Harinam, for good distribution, all the more important. That
And besides that, just so that passers by, those who are passing by, they know that we have a temple here. Maybe if we could consider putting some some lighting, saying Hare Krishna temple, something like that. Like shops have that open, closed, with the red light, that kind of a message. If we have something like Hare Krishna temple, that might attract some
Yeah.
people.
It's a good idea actually. For who all senior devotees can tell what is the logistics and the practicality of the place.
The good thing is, Prabhupada went here up front,
Ah.
people stopped and looked.
People stop and look, correct. I have personally,
All the time.
yeah,
Every day, sit out there, look out the window, you see people going by all the time.
yeah,
And so many people stop and look and read.
yeah, yeah,
And-
yeah. Many Westerners are quite curious, about things. So they stop. I also witness this. They stop and look at it. But this suggestion, our honorable Prabhu and Muktanpur, they can discuss.
And even for Prabhupada's DT outside, in the night, there can be some light shining on Prabhupada, so that he can be visible, more easily visible.
Um, can be nice, yes. Sure. Any other thing? Yes, bro.
One is that, as far as getting, engaging people, visitors in cleaning, like you were talking about, always remember that, people, the natural tendency of the jiva soul is to want to serve Krishna. So you just ask them, like 9 times out of 10, you'll have a positive response. 'Cause it's natural.
Correct.
It's in the heart of every living entity.
Amazing.
And think about the quantity of books and everything. I can tell you one time in India, one devotee was reporting to Prabhupada about a really nice home program or some kind of program they did the night before. Now there were so many nice people and everything. And Prabhupada, on this occasion, he said, how many books were distributed? How much Lakshmi was?
Yeah.
Prabhupada was definitely into, results,
Correct.
whether the practical results.
Yes. Yes, bro. One you want to say something?
There was when Gundicha Marjanam happened. I think we had a series of talks which we had.
You did it. You did it.
I was on. Yeah, I think I was. And
During at that time, I think there was a poster outside. So
it's good to remind us.
yes, bro.
It's good to remind ourselves
Yeah.
about the Gundicha Marjanam. Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, bro.
Prabhu, like when you shared the story of New Gundicha, Gundicha, sorry. So actually, Mukta Prabhu also told you that like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself cleaned Gundicha temple when Jagannath was supposed to come. So, like Prabhu like use that story to give me inspire me to clean our New Gundicha temple. Like we should also clean. Like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expect us to clean our temple very thoroughly. I just wanted to share that.
I'm also culprit. I'm always a bad guy. But by the sense of chastisements of some seniors, so I thought better to work on this because this is our area, weak area. So let us do something in that direction. At least personally, you ask me, I'm too bad at it. I'm not a very clean and that kind of person. Internally, externally, and internally, both I'm not so clean. But I want to work on it. So I was thinking that it's a good idea because Krishna is indicating me so many devotees. Muktan Prabhu and that day, other day also. Padmika Mataji was very concerned. And overall temple visitors also keep coming and telling. So I was thinking, okay, let us, because it is again and again coming, cut, it is coming. So let us do something in that direction. So this is what I took it that way. I took it in a hard after getting some kind of some maybe corrections, some judgments, directly, indirectly. It may not be direct, but indirectly you can get it. So I thought, okay, but let's try that direction. I'm also very bad in it. But I pray, I sincerely seek blessings of all the devotees that we keep doing it. All of us keep doing it regularly. So that we keep the standard of our temple nice. Actually, Radhe Shambhu also written. Achyut Mahaprabhu gave this feedback to Radhe Shambhu about our temple cleanliness required serious attention. So Radhe Shambhu replied back saying that Radhika Prabhupada can make some good plans to do it. I never made any plans. He wrote it that time. You can say it can, and he told Achyut Mahaprabhu, Rahul Prabhudas can be suggested. I was in CC only. I'm seeing that. But I never made much plans to do. But it came eventually, and then I thought, CD will be there or something. Let's try that direction. Yes, bro.
Like if like I have a request with everybody. If devotees are available, we can actually clean up those snow, or it will turn into
Snow.
Yeah. And like after it is snowing, right?
After snowing, yeah.
It actually turns into ice and like it very problematic.
So you can bring to the notice of maybe me as a time or somebody like that. Then we can always think how we can work on those areas like that. So any devotee finds anything is not proper, some dirt or something here and there, something has to be worked on. So if you are able to personally do it, good. If suppose you have that concern, you don't have time, bring to our notice. We will see how we can get it done. Because there are many people keep coming, many boys, girls come. We can always ask their help also in case we have less time. And we are also doing it, so they also have to be happy to come and assist. Okay, let us pause here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, New Gundicha Temple ki.